Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, some best boxer in the world news, Terence Crawford, baby. Terence Crawford. We talk about Terence Crawford and we talk about him going for GOAT status. We talk about him in his next fight at 154 pounds against Madrimov, right? And you know, some think it's just, you know, Madrimov gonna be easy for him, and it ain't gonna be that way. Madrimov is a good fighter, and it's not gonna be easy for Terence Crawford. We talk about him possibly becoming 3-division undisputed, maybe trying to become the GOAT and stuff like that, right? But I like to put the brakes on things. I like to put the brakes on things because of the simple fact of when he even came up to welterweight, those guys were bigger than him. And he had to, you know, every fight was not an easy fight. When he was in junior welterweight, you know, a Victor Posto, that wasn't easy. Julius Ndungo, hell no, that wasn't easy. Ndungo was just coming off the Troyanowski win in Russia and over there beating up Mr. Burns over there in Scotland somewhere, right? So that wasn't easy because I told you guys before, all hail Julius Ndungo. Julius Ndungo was fully confident at that time, going to Russia, then going to Scotland, and then wanting to go over to Nebraska to beat Terence Crawford. It just didn't work out for him. And Terence Crawford goes up, and you know, in the welterweight, and he has to fight big old Jeff Horn, who was extremely confident at the time. And there's a lot of O's taken here. Victor Postal was undefeated. Julius Ndungo, undefeated. Jeff Horn, undefeated. Benavidez, wasn't he? Undefeated. Kavalauskas, undefeated, right? And when he went up, Sean Porter wasn't undefeated, but nobody beat Sean Porter like he did, stopped him. You know, so it was a lot of stuff he was doing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, you know, it wasn't easy, right? And, you know, then, of course, Errol Spence also undefeated. So he's done a lot of stuff. So when we talk about 154-pound division, like, it's just going to happen like that. You know, and I'm like, it ain't going to just happen that easy. I think Madrimov is going to be one of his top 3 hardest fights he's ever had. And I've said that in my last video. And I've been noticing, you know, we keep talking about, you know, the WBA and the WBO, you know, they're going to probably strip Fundura because Fundura ain't doing what he's supposed to. So, you know, they're going to probably be fighting for the WBA, WBO. And WBC said, hey, the winner of Madrimov versus Terence Crawford, WBC has come out and said, hey, they could be the mandatory for that. So that means whoever Fundera and Spence gonna have to fight the winner of Madrimov and Terence Crawford. That's 3 belts. But everybody keep just acting like, well, the IBF belts are just over there in the corner, like ain't nobody got it, right? Typical, you know, stuck on yourself America type stuff popping off, right? But you know, my man Bakram, what is it, Murtazaliev, what his name is? Y'all better go watch Bakram Murtazaliev, because he beat Jack Kokai over there in Germany, and it ain't easy to beat Jack Kokai in Germany. And Jack Kokai, yeah, he's older now, 38. But Jack Kokai got skills and heart. Let's just say that. You know, that's the guy who took Demetrius Andrade to a split decision. Fought a good fight against Darian Chinko and stuff like that. So Jack Kokai is not easy to beat. This guy stopped Jack Kokai late, an older Jack Kokai. But, you know, listen, this guy's 22-0 with 16 KOs from LA by way of Russia. And stopping Kokai late in a fight, you need to check it out now. He's about 6 foot tall, mean, and look like he got a motor. Murtazaliev. This ain't, you know, if Terence Crawford goes through Madrimov, Murtazaliev, and all them old offs, right, let's not ignore it. Because I've noticed that we ignore people we don't know. You know, because I remember people just coming in going to say something like Alexander Usyk, you know, his run to be undisputed at cruiserweight. The cruiserweight was the weakest division and stuff. I'm like, man, and every time I hear that, I'm like, everybody was in that tournament. You know, everybody. It's like, how you going to call a Brightus a nobody, a Dorticus a nobody? These are undefeated guys. Agasiev, a nobody. You remember Mike Perez, who was just a little bit too small for the heavyweights? He had went down and got top fit for that tournament. He was in it too. Marco Huck was in it. You know, and I told you, Rudachik was in it. It was just ridiculous to say that about it. It means people ain't doing their homework. If we're going to just do that about Murtazaliev and act like it's just going to happen with Terence Crawford, then you're going to have another thing coming. This ain't going to be easy for Terence Crawford to become just undisputed at 154 pounds because he's smaller than all these guys and a lot smaller. He was smaller than them guys at welterweight already. And he's going to be real small. So, but I'm saying this for two reasons. One, don't be surprised if it don't happen. He's still awesome. He's still up there in the best of all time. That's one. The other reason is if he does accomplish this, let's not try to act like these people he's beating are just anybody's, because they ain't. Because Errol Spence ain't gonna come beat these guys. You know what? Errol Spence against Murtazaliev right now. I got Murtazaliev. Errol Spence against Machimov is a very good fight. I don't know who wins that. Anybody else you talking about? Tim Chu. We just anointed Tim Chu like Tim Chu is the best one in there. And I did too. I made that mistake. I don't know if Tim Chu beats Machimov. Oh, and I damn sure don't know if he beats Murtazaliev. So before we start going too far, let's find out who the hell Terence Crawford got to fight. And do your research and homework on these guys. Just because you don't know them and their name ain't Smith at the end in Washington or something that you think you know, you better figure out what these Zalievs and Machimevs and all that stuff is. Because these boys can go. So if Terence Crawford accomplishes this in the 154-pound division, GOAT. I'm arguing with anybody about GOAT at that particular time because I've seen what's going on. Y'all better look at it too. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.